with Miss Lydia Bailey, who's the coordinator here at the men's shelter. We have several questions that we're going to ask her from her perspective.
Hello, I have been here at the shelter for 8 years, and I have a growing, strong sense of just how big poverty is in our region, across our whole region. This shelter of Lutheran Metropolitan Ministries Men's Shelter is actually the largest in the state of Ohio, and I hear it's the second largest shelter in America, second only to one in Washington, D.C. So naturally, I have perspective and opinions on the questions asked, such as why is the homeless population and poverty present? Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry has a faith statement based on justice, and it sees the profound intrinsic worth of each individual across the board. And from the Christian perspective that we're based on, we also see that it is especially those who are oppressed, forgotten, and hurting, the type of people that Jesus hung out on. While we come from a Christian perspective, we embrace all faiths, and here at the shelter, there's many faith groups here. Why is the homeless population and poverty present? I believe that it's really based on a moral decision of us as society, as well as the inner spiritual revolution of each person, and that we are not all on the same page to see just how important it is to look out for everyone, and that it is an injustice that anyone should live in poverty. I believe that poverty could be solved with societal solutions, but we all have to make that our priority, and we're not on that level of thinking yet. Martin Luther King said that the arc of justice, he quoted someone else, and I don't quite have the quote, but it's something along the line of, the arc of justice is slow moving, but the universe does bend towards justice. I believe we have a chance for that. Why is poverty so present? I have heard a retired judge from Ohio's Court of Common Pleas offer up one reason for this in the Cleveland area. Back when there was a law which made it, I'm trying to remember what it was, but it allowed women equal access to jobs just as much as men. So back in the 1980s, I believe, women were pouring into the workforce, and people weren't there in the neighborhoods, men or women, to look after young people growing up. Drugs were introduced, or were already there present, but became more prevalent, and it started to splinter the family structure, so there was even less of a family structure going on. And the economy, especially here in Cleveland, which year after year has been the second or third largest, most impoverished city in America, jobs and housing have become so difficult in this region. So you factor in a lot of elements of drugs, lack of hope even for people for housing and jobs, and lack of family structure. It's a large issue that none of us can address single-handedly, and it's a complicated issue. And then you combine it with our lack of profound worth of each individual that we as a body should be focused on. I'm leaning towards Jesus. I have his vision in mind, and I'm doing it in my small way, and I hope that all of us here in Cleveland can lead more into that vision where all people have enough. Thanks.